Hello, my name is Will Hernandez, and I'm a tech sales engineer with MSAB, and welcome to XRY in 5. In today's XRY in 5, we're going to talk about the generic profiles. How do you get to the generic profiles in XRY? Well, open up XRY, hit extract, under device name, type in generic. As you can see here, when you type in generic, you're going to get 37 profiles with a generic name on it. Now, what is the generic profile? The generic profile is kind of a accumulation of all of our Android devices into one generic profile, in this case, the Android generic. And how does that help you in your investigation? Well, you're actually leveraging thousands of phones, their decoders and their dumpers, and you're using that against your particular device that you're trying to extract. Now, because of that, the likelihood of you getting a good extraction is very high. Our developers have actually told us that if you were to have the option of using the exact make and model name profile for a device or use our generic profile, you're actually better off using our generic profile because you're probably going to get more data from that device as if you use the exact profile. And plus, there's no harm that you can do with the phone as well. Our generic profiles are not brute force attempts. They're very non-persistent, which means that even if you try a physical extraction, you're not going to be able to damage the phone or hurt the phone in any way. Why are generic profiles powerful is because our generic profiles are very specific as well. For instance, if you have a phone that has a Mediatek chipset in it, we have a Android Mediatek generic profile. We also have them for Spectrum. We also have one for Cool Sand. In other words, we have specific generic profiles for specific chipsets. The other example of that is with the LG phone. The LG phone, actually, if you have an LG phone that has a Qualcomm chipset, we have three different types of profiles, generic profiles for that particular device. And which means that we're probably going to get in the majority of the LG phones in there that are Androids that have the Qualcomm chipset in there. Now, how can you tell which generic profile is the best one to use? Well, if you go into our customer portal, if you log into the customer portal, go to Documents, scroll down to XRY, select XRY, and if you scroll down, you're going to see a document called Generic Profile Tip Sheet. Now, once you have this tip sheet, all you have to do is download it. Once you download the tip sheet, when you open it, what you'll have an explanation of the generic Android physical profiles in our XRY tool. For instance, we talked about the LG Qualcomm. Why is there three? Well, because the LG generic Qualcomm profile, number one, works on LG Qualcomm phones that were manufactured before 2016. Our number two works on phones that were manufactured after 2016. So again, this sheet will be very helpful to you in understanding how our different generic profiles work. Now, I hope this has been helpful to you. Again, look at these generic profiles. They're very powerful profiles to use in XRY. If you have any questions, you can always go to the customer portal. You can go to the help files, and you can also contact us at support@msab.com.